Magandang Sunday po, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Magandang araw po sa lahat ng mga kasama natin all over the world. This is a taped episode of Thank You, Doc. Si Alvin Alchico po ito. Siyempre, hindi kompleto po ang ating programa kung wala si Ate B. Bernadette Semprano, Aguinaldo. Ate B, good morning si Ate B.
Hi, Vin! Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Maganda po ang topic ngayon dahil kung kayo po ay nanonood ng TV Patrol, minsan nakakabahala po dahil parang ang dami-daming mga kabataan natin ngayon ang nasasangkot sa mga krimen. Sa mga krimen, ano? Medyo major ito kaya naman po nagpasya po ang ating partner na bakit hindi natin i-topic ngayong araw na ito ang tungkol nga po sa welfare ng mga kabataan. Ano nga ba ang nangyayari sa ating mga kabataan sa panahong ito? Kaya kapiling po natin ang tanyag na psychiatrist. O, kinakilala siya sa PBB House, Dr. Randy Deliosa. Hi, Doc Randy. Magandang araw po sa
Randy,
inyo.
magandang umaga po.
Good morning, Ate B and Kuya Alvin. Thank you for inviting me again. And thank you.
Yung pag-usapan po natin, siyempre hindi naman po ito para lang sa mga bata. Although ang audience naman po namin, hindi mga bata, kung hindi mga magulang, mga adults, maybe may guidance si Doc Randy. Paano ba natin i-handle if we see stories like this one, grade 3, binugbog ng kapwa estudyante, 15 years old, namatay dahil binaril ng 18 years old na syempre hindi pa naman fully adult yun. Pag 18, 18 lang nung mama, Ang daming involvement sa ganun. Why is this happening, Doc? What do you think?
Maraming factors kaya nangyayari ito sa mga kabataan. Okay? I can explain it situationally. I can also explain it psychiatrically. Okay? Siguro umpisan ko sa psychiatric or psychological. Unang-una, of course, kapag bata, hindi pa formed yung brains nila. Okay? In fact, the brains will continue developing until in the middle 20s. And pagbata, especially between 10 to sabihin natin 15, masyado pang immature yung prefrontal cortex ng brain. Itong part ng brain, yung prefrontal part, ito yung may kinalaman sa impulse control, sa judgment. Okay? And especially between 10 to 14, hindi pa immature talaga yung judgment and impulse control.
Hindi, pero sabi mo dalawa, psychiatrically and what is the other one? Situationally?
Situationally, environmentally.
Sige, go ahead.
Well, I also want to add, psychologically, nandun rin yung moral compass. Kasi hindi pa developed ang moral compass until, or yung conscience, until the middle 20s rin. Okay? So it's very unfair that, we blame crime just on the children because their brains and moral compass are still underdeveloped. Okay? Kaya lang, may mga factors na nag-feed doon, nagpapa-aggravate o exacerbate. Like for example, poverty. Di ba? Poverty, lack of education. Or how about family breakdown? Di ba? Or kung nakaranas sila ng trauma, abuse, neglect, or kung meron silang mga mental health issues like ADHD or bipolar or substance abuse. So all these factors will combine with their youth.
How big a factor is social media?
Depends kasi kung poverty, kung mahirap naman sila, they don't really have too much access on social media. Pero, sabi nga natin, like attracts like. Kung ang tao ay may sabihin nating personality disorder or ADHD, tapos napahilig sila sa violent things, yun rin ang hanapin nila sa social media. So,
ang dami palang factors, Doc. Ang dami palang factors. So kapag nakakapanood tayo ng ganitong klaseng balita, hindi natin lubos na mauunawaan until makilala mo yung tao kasi case to case pala ito.
Yes, you said it's a case, so we make case studies or psychological evaluations or yun rin ang gawain ng social worker to study yung pinanggalingan niya.
Oo. But Doc, siguro in general, sa experience niyo po, mas violent nga po ba, can you say, ang mga kabataan ngayon? Or hopefully not, hindi naman.
I would say yes. Okay,
Oh.
kasi nag-iba ang panahon because of social media, particularly yung umpis ng internet, may pagbabago na sa culture ng mga kabataan, mas lalo na ngayon na people grow up with social media.
So, ibig sabihin, totoo, sinasabi ng mga matatanda, pag nanood ka ng movies or TV or news, sabi ng mga matatanda, hindi, iba talaga mga bata ngayon. Iba tayo nung kabataan natin. Our generation is different from the current generation. So, may katotohanan yun do. Iba sila mag-isip.
Iba talaga. Iba talaga because this is a generation that never experienced anything without a computer or laptop or any gadget. So they grew up with gadgets. And, gadgets are not too bad. It's really the social media. Kasi social media normalizes what is wrong.
What do you mean? What do you mean normalizes? Example.
Okay. Like for example, in the previous, period, ever since nagka-drug war, ang daming, patayan na nakikita na videos on social media. So even I was shocked at the start. And then later on, I didn't feel anything anymore about watching those. Parang it became normal.
Na-desensitized.
Okay? That's exactly it, desensitization.
So ibig sabihin, Doc, para partly to blame din pala tayo. I mean, kasi players naman tayo lahat sa social media. Even the news organizations have social media arm. Even the newspapers have digital versions. So in a sense, in a way, pwede mo sabihin, kasalanan din ng media Kasi parang ginawa niyang normal ang mga ganyang klaseng bagay.
But remember, media also plays along with social media. Okay? So everything interacts. And talaga really, I noticed year 2000, Y2K, parang nagbago na yung kultura ng Pilipinas at saka ng kabataan at saka ng buong mundo. That was when, lumaganap yung internet usage.
Pero nung sumikat po kayo sa Pinoy Big Brother, I think that is also in the 2000s, hindi ho ba? Doon parang nanonotice nun na parang may iba silang, pero remember, year 2000 is 25 years ago. Ibig sabihin, yung mga pinanganak nung panahon na yon, adult na sila ngayon. 25 years old na sila ngayon.
Yes, correct. Correct. Yes. I want to give you an example. This is interesting. Like for example, tayo who are older, for example, sexual things, okay? That day we used to hide it, okay? And we don't want anyone to catch us. But now it's social media that feeds it to us, okay? And even if we delete it, like for example sa Facebook, we report it or, and they don't take it down. Okay? So we are being fed by these things, by social media, and ngayon, it's normalized.
I see. Okay. Parang I get it, Doc. Even the value system, technically, nakukuha natin sa social media ngayon dahil sa access na wala nang nafi-filter. Dati kahit papaano, masasabi mo pa, hindi pa handa to. Ngayon, handa man siya o hindi, makikita na niya.
Correct. Oo. It's social media that actively feeds us.
Pero Doc, ano po ba, kunwari, ito sinabi niyo, sex, no? Ano po ba ang pagtanggap sa utak ng isang bata kapag nakakapanood siya ng mga, sabihin mo ng sex on
or
social
violence.
Media, or violence sa social media? Gagayahin niya ba yun? Agad-agad?
Yes. Before I answer that, we have to remember ourselves when we were younger. Okay? We kind of get ashamed when we talk about sex, di ba? Or, it's kind of taboo for us. Pero ngayon, it's being fed to us. So kung ang tingin natin dati ay parang na sexual abuse na tayo, what more ngayon? It's social media that abuses the minds of the young ones.
Bakit abuse po? Bakit yung po nagamit yung term na abuse? Hindi po ba panahon? Kailan ba o dapat ba na nakakakita tayo ng ganitong mga bagay?
Okay.
Kailan pwede?
Sabihin na lang natin pre-puberty, dapat ay medyo inosente pa tayo. Okay? In other words, of course, we may hear about sexual things, pero they are not sensualized. Okay? Ngayon, kahit bata, pumunta lang sa cartoons, sensual na yung sex na napapanood nila. Okay? It's not sexual like factual eh. It's sensual. So in that way, they're almost like abused already if we compare it to our culture dati.
Pero hindi ba panahon nila, ibig sabihin, kanya-kanyang generation. It's a generational thing. So they cannot do away with it because when they go to school, their classmates are on social media. So may peer pressure ka doon. Pag nasa office ka na, young adult ka, meron din. Sa college, ganun din. They even practice it. So ma-out of place ka naman pag hindi ka kasali.
Correct. You have to remember, Ate B and Kuya Alvin, no, na we can only say that, there's something wrong kasi we come from an earlier generation. So meron tayong point of comparison. Pero ngayon, the kids now, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, they don't have a point of comparison eh. For them, this is what they grew up with. Okay? Ito na yung normal sa kanila. And tayo na yung abnormal. Okay? They cannot relate to us.
So what happens? What happens if they watch these things, the sensual aspect of sex, early on? Do they imitate it? Kaya ba nagkakaroon ng mga ganitong mga bata pa lang, ni-rape ng matanda ang bata? Is there really a connection doon sa mga ganitong klaseng content?
Yes, I'll use the word of Kuya Alvin. It's desensitization. You watch once, medyo nadidiri ka pa.
Doc, naputol ka doon. May part ka na naputol. Nag-freeze ka. Papaulit nga ng insight mo, ng idea mo.
You watch something bad on social media once or twice, parang nandidiri pa tayo. Okay? Pero the third time, the fourth time, we're already desensitized. It already becomes normal for us.
Hindi, yung question ata ni Ate B is, how is it how can it result to a crime or to something bad? Yung desensitization na yun, nauuwi ba siya sa isang krimen o sa isang unfortunate incident sa generation ngayon?
Okay. So, no, it's too simplistic to say na social media alone just causes bad or criminal behavior. So this is where other factors come in. Like for example, kung may sabihin nating personality disorder yung bata, or ADHD, or trauma, or nakagamit siya ng substances, or may domestic violence, then it feeds into yung risk niya to be violent or overly sexual.
So ganun pala yun, take advantage naman ngayon ng adult. Kasi ang iba, adult versus children. Kasi yung 18, di adult na sa batas natin, hindi ba? So take advantage niya rin yung vulnerability o yung acceptance ng mga kabataan sa mga ganung bagay.
Yes. And this is why I want to say, it's so simplistic to just say that if you lower the criminal age, the minimum age of criminal responsibility to sabihin natin 10, it will already prevent heinous crimes. It's not true at all. Okay? Because there are other factors more than lowering the age of responsibility. Okay? Especially yung pinanggalingan nila and kung may personality problem sila.
So, Doc, pwedeng yung sinasabi nating perpetrators na perhaps napapanood sa TV as criminal, pwedeng victim rin pala yung perpetrators when you really look closely at the situation.
Correct. Yes, they are victims of their environment, their circumstances, and possibly even their genes.
So pwedeng genetic pa pala, no? Pero kung nag-touch ka na sa Doc, I think you were referring to the age of discernment. Kasi may debate ngayon, Ate B, sa Senado, Senator Robin Padilla versus Senator Pangilinan. Ang gusto ni Senator Robin, ibaba mo yung age of discernment na yan, iba ang mga bata ngayon. Dapat may criminal liability na sila. At the age, 10 bang pinagdadebatehan, Doc? Parang gusto nila na ibaba siya sa 10. Ngayon 16, Gusto nila ibaba sa 10.
15 ibababa sa 10.
Sa 10, oo. So,
Yes.
pagdating ba ng bata sa edad na 10, pumapasok na yung age of discernment. Ibig sabihin, alam na niya yung tama sa mali. O hindi rin, it doesn't follow.
No, it doesn't follow. At 10 years old, hindi pa nga formed yung conscience niya, yung moral compass niya ay mahina pa rin. Okay? And yung utak niya mismo, immature pa, kaya impulsive at saka poor judgment ang mga bata. So you see, more than lowering the age of accountability to 10, criminal accountability to 10, it's more that we have to guide them. Okay? We have to catch children at risk, and then we already have to rehabilitate them.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from kasi psychiatrist po kayo. But
Yes.
if you take the side of the victim or the victim's family, syempre sila din sabihin, so ganun-ganun lang, na biktima mo yung anak namin o yung kapamilya namin, tapos off the hook ka dahil wala ka pa sa age of, ano tawag mo doon? Age of discernment.
Accountability.
Hindi mo pa ano ginagawa mo, kaya mo nagawa din. Oo.
No, that's not true kasi merong tinatawag na restorative justice. Okay? So there's yung gusto ng karamihan no ay punitive justice. May ginawang masama ang bata like 10 years old, dapat parusahan na, ilagay na sa prison. Okay? Pero in research no, when you place young people in prison, okay, they become more like their adult companions. Okay? In other words, you put them in prison, you are sealing them to be criminals na talaga.
Pero Doc, may tanong ako. Kunwari daw yung prison is to rehab naman. Hindi ba yun rin naman talaga in essence ang dapat?
Yung sinasabi niya, isasama mo siya sa adult
di
na
sabay
kriminal.
Rehab, technically, ang sinasabi.
Hindi, magkaiba. Magkaiba kasi minor siya eh. Minor siya eh. Hindi siya adult eh. Ang pag-iisip niya hindi nga adult. Kaya yun yung prevent na ihalo ang minor sa adult. Yan ang punto niya.
Yes. And they will still get a penalty, so they won't get off the hook. Kaya lang, imbis na sa prison lang, kailangan silang ilagay sa corrective facility where they can get rehabilitation. Not only that, psychiatric treatment and psychotherapy and trauma therapy and family counseling, and the social worker also helps them, and they can also get an education. Okay? And they also have to make amends for their victims. Okay? Yun ang point rin ng restorative justice. Okay? We try to build in them an empathy for the misdeed that they did.
I see.
Yeah. So tama si Pangilinan na hindi totoo that 10 years old or 11 or 12 hanggang 15 can get away with it. Hindi totoo yon. Hindi sila dapat nire-release na parang baliwala lang. Dapat nag-undergo sila ng process.
Yes. That's right. So restorative justice is actually more responsible kasi we don't only rehabilitate them, we also heal them rather than just jailing them. Heal them rather than jailing them.
Okay. But these are extreme cases, ano? Yun umaabot na talaga to be sa crime, rape, robbery, murder, homicide. Pero yung ordinaryo lang, ordinarily in a household, para makarelate din yung mga nakamonitor sa atin. If you have teenagers, how do you deal with that? Kung desensitize yung teenagers, iba siyang mag-isip kaysa sa boomers at sa Gen Z or Gen X, iba siyang mag-isip. How do you deal with those kinds of kids? Hindi criminal pa, ha? Hindi criminal, pasaway. Ibang mag-isip, ibang umakto. Paano magdi-deal sa kanila yung adult in the house?
Well, unang-una, it's about family relationship. Okay? We start with having a relationship that is open. Kasi sometimes naman, yung mga batang ganito, naging ganyan rin dahil sa magulang nila. Di ba? And then they bring yung bata nila, anak nila to the psychiatrist, psychologist as a patient. Pero yung parent rin naman ang nag-cause kung bakit sila naging monster. Okay.
How does this happen? Ano yung connection ng parenting? At ano yung environment? Example naman.
For example,
Parents.
we all know that even parents can get addicted to social media. Okay? And they have their own online addictions. Okay? And then sila pa yung may nerve na pahintuin yung mga anak nila, sila rin naman addicted.
Totoo yan, nangyayari yan. Oh.
Yes. And then the other thing, when a parent says, ganito kami dati, bakit kayo ganito ngayon? When you say that to a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, ang dating sa kanila, I won't listen to her anymore. I won't listen to my parents anymore. Okay? So, yung mga parents ng Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they have to grow up kasama ng mga anak nila. Correct.
So, hindi mo pwedeng palang i-insist na kaming mga boomers, kami pinanganak ng 60s, o kaming Gen X 70s hanggang 80s, kami ang superior generation. Hindi ganon ang approach na kaming pinakamagaling, kayo, nagsisimula pa lang kayo, kami, pauwi na. May mga ganon na matatanda, di ba? Papunta ka pa lang, pauwi na ako. So, naririndi ngayon yung bata.
Yes. Pag sinabi yun, closed off na kaagad yung bata. Hindi na makikinig yung bata sa inyo.
Maganda yung sinasabi mo, Doc. Kasi, kailangan mong ipaunawa namin sa amin ngayon. Ano nga ba yung panahong, yung mga Gen Z na mga bata para matutunan din ng mga gumagabay kung anong dapat na paggabay? Ano ba sila?
Okay. So, ang mga Gen Z or Gen Alpha grew up with computers, laptops, gadgets.
Internet.
Yes. Hindi lang internet. Okay pa nga yung internet eh. It's more the social media. They grew up with social media.
Okay.
Okay. Their life is intertwined with social media, and social media is connected to the whole world. Okay? Both good and bad of the whole world. Okay? So, in a way, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are global citizens. Okay? And ang mga Gen Z or Gen Alpha na mga bata, ang pag-asta nila compared to atin, no, ay parang mga adults sila.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Mga adults sila in young bodies.
Totoo yan.
Yes.
So ayaw nila nililekturan, no? Ayaw nila ng mood na lecturing.
Ayaw nila. Meron pa bang nene o totoy ngayon? Wala na eh. At 10 years old, nagme-makeup na sila. Di ba? Nagpapasexy na. Nagpa-bodybuild na sila.
Adult in young bodies. So, adult nga ba sila? Mature nga ba sila? O asta lang ba yun? Dahil sa nakikita nila? Are they mature enough to face the world?
Dahil umaasta silang parang adult, ang tendency natin mga magulang ay i-treat sila na parang adult rin.
Okay.
Okay? Pero we have to remember, no, make-up lang yun, yung parang matanda sila. You always have to keep in mind, okay, kailangan pa nila ng guidance para lang silang adults dahil mas matalino sila kaysa sa atin. Mas exposed sila kaysa sa atin. Pero they're still children and yung moral compass nila is still underdeveloped.
So kahit sabihin nila, hindi nag-adulting na ako eh. May term sila gano'n, di ba? Adulting. Yeah. Hindi ba sila gano'n ka-adult? Yeah. Pero para sa kanila, adult na sila. Paano ang diskarte doon? As a psychiatrist, kung ang parents ay boomers, how do you deal with that? Pag sinabi ng anak mo, Papa, Mama, adulting na ako eh. Hayaan mo na ako. Don't mind me. Don't lecture me. Adulting mode na ako. Okay,
that's a good question. Kaya Alvin, the best thing here is makiride on lang sa mga bata kung anong sabihin nila. Makiride on lang kasi what they're looking for no is openness ng magulang nila na makinig sa kanila.
Openness. So
yes.
Fur?
Yes.
Mga fur for real. May ganyan. Real? Doc, real?
Yes.
Real?
Yes, for real. Yes. And then, yung advice, no, ayaw rin nilang makinig sa advice.
Ayaw.
So, ang style rito, katulad ng psychologist style or psychiatrist style is, yung advice, idaan na lang natin sa question form. Okay? Like for example, Kuya Alvin, hindi ba kaya mas maganda kung kulay red yung suit mo? Pwede rin namang black, pero how about red? Anong say mo ron?
So, ibig sabihin, dahil tayo, X ka ba, Doc? Are you Generation X?
Of course not.
Ano ka ba? Generation?
Yes. Ang Generation X pala.
Pareho tayo.
Si Ate B, X yan. 70s ako eh.
So, imbis na sabihin mo, ang pangit ng red, ng black sa'yo.
Correct.
Hindi, ibig ko sabihin is, tayong Generation X, tayo ang generation na madiskarte.
Correct.
Tayo natin mag-adapt. So, tayo na yung mag-adapt sa situation. Sila kasi hindi na sila nakaka-adapt, Ate B. Hindi sila, they don't want compromise. No. Sila ang masusunod. O the Generation X, didiskarte.
Yes. So, Kuya Alvin, I like that because nag-adapt talaga ang Gen X. Okay? Gen X, can you imagine? Dumaan sa martial law, dumaan sa mga ibang presidents, di ba?
Yes.
Dati wala pang computer, ngayon meron na. Malawak ang pinagdaanan ng Gen X eh.
Transition, nandun tayo.
Nandun tayo sa transition. Oo. Wala tayong internet. Nung nag-aaral tayo, wala pa tayong internet eh. Pero naabutan natin yung onset ng internet at ang pag-boom ng social media. Nandito pa tayo, buhay pa rin tayo.
Oh.
Yes. And you have to understand, no, Gen Alpha don't even know what a telephone is. They don't know what a telephone is. They don't know what a typewriter is. Yes.
So para makita nila yung mga antique doon.
They won't know how to use it.
The way is not to force them to appreciate and to understand it, but make them. Not the keyword is not force, but make them, convince them, encourage them.
Okay, convince them, encourage them subtly.
Dapat ayaw nila ng subtle lang.
Kailangan i-convince pa natin, hindi yung parang coaching style na parang
ayaw nga, ayaw sumunod. Ayaw sumunod.
Yes, and Ate B, remember, even in Western countries, they can even sue their parents.
Talaga, no? Yes. Sa atin hindi gano'n. No? Buti sa atin hindi pa umabot ng ganyan, Doc, na kakasuhan yung parents.
Give it a few years. Kasi remember, they're global citizens. They will fight for their rights.
So, Doc, wait a minute. So, Doc, pag magulang ka at alam mong global citizen sila, access is everything, yung exposure nila talaga sa lahat ng bagay, kung kaya mong bantayan, kasi yan yung magmumold sa kanya eh. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung exposure niya.
Okay. Ang ibig sabihin ng bantayan ay wag i-sanitize. Okay? Wag silang protektahin against stuff that comes out on media dahil it's better to have an open discussion about it rather than pagbawalan lang sila.
Okay.
And you have to accept na sila ang future. They are the future.
Yes.
Malapit na tayo pumasok sa pre-departure. Sila, they are the future. So we have to accept that.
Yes. Did you know that even millennials are very pessimistic about the future generations? Kaya nga merong movement na anti-natalism eh. They don't like to give birth anymore, have children, kasi they know generations in the future might just get worse.
Wow, may ganun pag-iisip, no?
Yes.
Is it the reason why our birth rate is going down? Alam mo, TV, for the first time ata, yung sa Philippine Statistics Authority, yung Population Commission, ang trajectory natin, Doc, pababa. Can you imagine, all these years sa 80s, at TV, pa ganun tayo sa population. Ngayon, common na yung walang anak, common na yung ayaw mag-anak, ayaw magpakasal.
Kung manood ka kasi sa news, ayaw mo na parang, oh my God, wala nang future ang world. We're doomed. But
yes.
Diba?
Yes. We're doomed. Yes. So yung doom natin is only because we are Gen X. Pero sa kanila, they don't realize it yet.
Doc, sige. Magtatapos na tayo very soon. Bigyan mo naman kami ng anong magandang pagtrato sa future generation para hindi rin sila, I don't know if the word is ligaw or is it even right to say na naliligaw sila. Baka sabihin nila,
or iniisip ba nila na naliligaw sila. Kasi ang assumption mo sa naliligaw, mas magaling ka kesa sa kanila.
Yes.
Na hindi nila
Ah.
tinatanggap. No. Hindi ka magaling. Mas magaling sila.
Ano na?
Yes. Paglaruan ko lang yung word na ligaw, okay? Ligawin natin sila. Okay? Ligawin natin sila because kung ligawin natin sila, that means that, the relationship is being established, and we can still give our opinions, and then, mas makikinig sila kung parang opinion lang rather than pinagsasabihan natin sila ng diretsyo.
But come to think of
Relationship
it,
first.
come to
Relationship.
think of it, Dr. Randy, when we were growing up, may face tayong ganyan. I don't know if you remember. May face tayo na nagre-rebelde tayo sa parents natin eh. Na puro na lang
Yes.
ikaw, puro na lang ikaw. Ang feeling
Yes.
mo, hindi mo ako pinaniniwalaan, mas okay din naman ako, magaling din. May ganung face, di ba?
Yes. Yung rebellion stage. So, it's very important that the problem ngayon sa generation na to, the parents think that they're rebelling all the time. Kasi iba nga yung culture nila tsaka ngayon eh.
Oo.
Yes. Oh.
So how do you deal with that? Anong advice mo usually pag may parents na pumunta sa'yo, naka-generation mo, ano yung na-advise mo sa kanila usually?
So I advise them, find out kung ano yung mga interests ng mga anak nyo,
Yes.
and then try to also get, interested in those interests. And then, of course, you can be friendly, pero hindi friends. Okay? Yes. Being friends with your children, ang ibig sabihin, nawawala yung boundaries and nawawala yung sense of authority. But kids need a sense of authority na friendly. Okay?
Yeah. So yung role mo as parents, hindi nawawala. Friends kayo,
Yes.
pero ikaw pa rin ang parent.
Yes. Pero remember, the parents of Gen Alpha are the millennials. And the millennials, gulong-gulo rin. Kasi they were in the middle of no internet and internet eh.
Yeah.
Okay? So galing sila sa mga parents na traditional. So they're also messed up. And these are messed up parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
tama.
Who are breeding, who have children now.
Yeah, tama yun. Oo. From a policy point of view, we're winding up. Policy, government, dapat ba i-regulate yung social media at this point? Or hayaan mo sila? Para ma-realize nila yung mali nila somewhere along the way, let them commit mistakes. Kasi part naman ng buhay ang nakaka-commit ka ng mistakes. Or dapat i-regulate yan. Ngayon pa lang, i-regulate nyo na yung social media because it's going to get worse.
Kuya Alvin, you have spoken well for me. Yun rin ang sasabihin ko. Okay? You cannot sanitize them from social media. Okay? Whatever they watch on social media, it's just good that you have an open discussion and just a sharing of opinions. Right. Pero I also want to say something about lowering the age of criminal accountability.
Okay.
Yes. So psychologically speaking, 10 is too low. Even the UN will advise that the minimum should be 12. And in European countries, Western countries like Norway, they have very good results with the minimum age of criminal responsibility at 15.
Feeling ko 15.
15
What's
tayo
important
ngayon.
is-
Ang existing natin 15 sa atin, sa Pilipinas.
Yes. Yes. What's important here is restorative justice where they get rehabbed with therapy.
Thank
Pero
you.
linawin po natin, ang sinasabi po ni Doc, sa may mga crimes po na hindi na ano yun, more of the exception than the rule. Hindi naman po lahat ng mga kabataan yung criminal. Hindi po ganun. Kung
Yes.
kaya lang merong nakakalusot from time to time, just like what we watch or hear from the headlines. Di ba, Doc? Nangyayari at nangyayari talaga.
Yes. So we're talking about, syempre may psychiatrist eh. So exposure ko, mga extreme people rin.
Yes.
Opo, yes.
Yeah.
Tama naman. Para lang malinaw. Baka sabihin, kami bang mga younger generation ay may tendency to be criminal? Hindi naman po. Hindi naman lahat.
Okay.
Kaya lang may mga
Yes.
naliligaw.
So in that case, I want to balance what everything that we talked about. I myself, as a Gen X, is very inspired by Gen Alpha and Gen Z and the millennials. I'm truly inspired, and because of them, I even want to grow up even more. You know, in all aspects of my life. They're a very good generations rin.
Is that because you're teaching daw? Nagtuturo ka ba? So ang mga nakakasalamuha mo on a daily basis, mga bata?
Yes, they are brilliant minds. And these are Gen Alpha and Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yes. So remember, yung dati nating pinag-usapan, ano lang, psychiatric experience ko lang yun. Pero in real life, you know, they're very good people.
Alam ko na. Ramdam ko nga kaya ka bumabata rin, Doc eh. Pero totoo yan.
Si Doc Randy pa rin dito matanda, si Doc Randy.
Agree. Bata rin kasi mga kaibigan ko, alam mo, totoo yan. Ang tatalino nila, Doc. Totoo rin naman.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So ang papel natin na Gen X is to guide them. Guide na lang tayo. Tapos na tayo. Tapos na yung generasyon natin.
Yes. For example, AI is coming up now. Even the adults don't know how to deal with it. Yeah. Because ngayon nag-iba na yung timpla ng education. You know, everyone is researching using AI. So now even the educators, the adults have to figure out, okay, how does AI integrate into our life now? Iba na ang panahon ngayon.
So kung teacher ka, Doc, you have to adapt. You have no choice but to, kagaya nyo, professor ka, di ba? Kailangan mo mag-adapt. Otherwise, pagtatawanan ka and they will run circles sa personality mo. Hindi pwede, hindi ka adept or adaptable. So, adaptable, Gen X ka naman, adaptable yung Gen X.
Yes. By the way, I'm a baby boomer. I'm already 62.
Oh my God!
Right.
Gen X do. Akala ko Gen X ka do. So, senior citizen ka na.
Yes! I am proudly senior.
Hala, grabe, parang mas bata pa si Doc sa akin.
Bata mo tignan.
Yeah. And you know, the best thing about being a senior is the senior card. Senior citizen card. Yes.
So mali pala yung premise natin kanina, Doc. Sabi mo kasi pareho tayong Gen X eh. So 1960s ka.
Yes. Ate B and Kuya Alvin, you are my children. Okay?
Oo, 70s kami ni Ate B. Yeah, 70s kami ni Ate B, Gen X kami.
Hindi ka naman parent, tito lang siguro maximum.
Tito. Right, tito.
Oo, wag naman anak.
Sige, Doc.
Hindi ka tatay.
We will end the discussion, Doc, with some probably pointers and tips sa lahat ng parents po na nakamonitor sa atin. Tito, lola, lolo, tita, ate, na may difficulty in dealing with the younger generation. Ano ang gusto mong impart sa kanila? As a parting shot. Go ahead.
Okay. So, unang-una, let us fix ourselves muna bilang parents. Okay? The key to healing our children will be healing ourselves as parents. Okay? If meron tayong bagahe as parents, we have to fix it and then magre-ripple effect na lang yun sa mga anak natin. Okay? Pangalawa, everything is about openness and acceptance in the family. If they feel that you're open and makikinig ka, then they will share to you their problems, you know. And if you have some opinion, share it. Pero hindi hardline, share it as an opinion. Unless talagang mali yung ginagawa nila, you can be more direct. Pero share your opinions gently.
Okay.
Yeah. At hindi one-way street. Hindi yung tayo, sila lang matututo sa atin. Tayo rin, maraming matututunan sa kanila.
Yes. We have to learn from them as parents. You know, they are our parents now. Okay? And yes, so it's a two-way relationship. We are both parents and children to each other.
Nice.
Dr. Randy, thank you. Maraming salamat. Maraming mapupulot yung ating mga kababayan sa diskusyon natin. Thank you po, Doc. Continue to feel and look young.
Yes.
62, partner. Ate B, 62 years old. Oh my goodness, kamukha pa ni, makapaya si John Lloyd Cruz.
Oh my God. Oh my, thank you very much. I love both of you. I love both of you, Ate B and Kuya Alvin.
Salamat po. Mabuhay ka, Doc. Happy Sunday. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Maraming salamat. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good night.
Nice.
Bye-bye. Hindi ko nga alam na 62 si Randy. Akala ko lang talaga, magkalapit yung edad namin. Siguro 55. You know, 62 years old. Wow. Wala pang, nagtitina siguro to, Ate Piano. Wala pang ubad si Doc Randy.
or bata talaga, yung bangs pa lang eh, di ba? Pero yun. Magbabangs ka na rin sa patrol ha, abang ako.
Panot eh. Paano mo ba?
Dagdagan mo lang.
Then yung takeaway ko sa discussion is, wala ata pong superior generation. Hindi mo siya kailangan igiit at ipilit na ang generation ko yung pinakamagaling. Hindi po. It's all about learning from each generation and accepting kung saan ka lulugar. Dapat alam mo as parent, as manong, as tito, kung saan mo lulugar sarili mo. Huwag mong ipilit na ikaw ang tama. Si Alvin Alchico po ito.
And it's about relationships. It's about growing together. Kumbaga pareho kayong bulag at matuto sa isa't isa. Ang ganda ng discussion.
Maganda nga. Galing si Randy.
Love it.
Very good. I-share nyo to ha. Share.
Importante po itong content na to. Totoo po yan. Share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Ako po yung Ate B. Bernadette Sabrano Aguinaldo. Siyempre, kapag tayo healthy, happy rin ang ating family. God bless you everyone till sa susunod na episode ng
Thank you, Doc. Bye-bye.
Galing nito.